Well, hey there guys, your buddy Elton here, and we're currently in my office, and where I get always creative, and well, I wanted to show you guys this Ford C-600 steak truck model that I bought like 7 or 8 years ago, and I never put it together. Now, back in the 90s, I built a lot of model cars, and just to give you an example, there's some here. Which I've done, I think a pretty quick video of so many months ago. But some of the ones you see here, those are die cast. And yeah, I'm gonna have to change the battery on this. The battery right now is in the red. So there's no interruptions. I'm gonna do that right now. All right, I got a freshly charged battery in the camera, so no more interruptions. And anyway, as I was saying, so as I was showing there the overview of some of the plastic model cars that I built back in the 90s. There's one of them is a promo though, and there's there's three of them actually that are die cast that I bought. So I didn't build those. But anyway, I'm showing you these because, not just because I'm proud of them and I did them a long time ago, but because of the fact that it's funny, back then in the 90s, I never built any truck models. Always cars. I only ever built one truck model, and I don't even think I bought it new. So, and it's funny because I wish I'd kept it too, but it wasn't too bright back then. And I'll give you an example about how it wasn't too bright back then because, like I said, I bought this Ford cab over truck kit back 7 or 8 years ago, and the only thing I ever did was that I painted the cab just for fun to see what it was going to look like. And I never built the rest of the model, and that I attribute to laziness and lack of motivation because I used to be a pothead, frankly. And it did a pretty good job with this. This is automotive paint, and it's nice and clean. I've already done the detailing with the Ford letters, and I've painted the rubber around the windows. Not sure if it shows up well though here, I guess so. And what I'm going to do is that this truck, it comes with, like so many other parts that are chrome, like the gas tanks, for example. The wheels, which I'll show you right here, they're chromed, but I'm going to shoot them black. And then there's these trim rings here. I'm going to put those around there. They're going to be chromed because these trucks, I think I've maybe seen like one or two of them where the wheels were aluminum or chrome, but most of them had the painted wheels. And I've already put the engine together. It's already painted all by hand. Whoops, shit, one of my valve covers came off here. Look at that. Oh no, now the air filter came off. Boy, don't I look like a goof. Oh shit. Anyway, well there you go. It's a big block V8. I don't know what it is really. In those years, could be a 460, 427, I don't know. But they didn't come in this color. I had some old paint from the 90s. I've had this fucking Humbrol paint from the 90s, and me, I don't waste anything. I am like a Cuban, man. I use things right to the end. So, and I bought some other paints recently, like this here, this off-white, to paint the steering wheel. And yeah, here's the interior. It looks pretty good. And I used some of my acrylic paint for canvas for the seats, so it looks pretty cool. And I did a little detailing on the dash there. And yeah, what else? Okay, there's the glass. So the cab is ready to be assembled. I got to do some chrome foil job on the wipers and the door handles. Now, if you don't know what chrome foil is, they call it that because it looks like aluminum foil, but it's much thinner and it's adhesive. So you put a piece, like let's say over the wiper, and then you just cut around it out, and you just wipe it flush and it sticks good. That's what's on some of these here, like this for example. See? That's all chrome foil. And actually I did that recently on that Impala. So yeah. Anyway, alright, well, a few more things here. This Canadian loonie here, this dollar. That's a little tool I use, I guess you could say, to open those old paint jars, like cans, like a miniature can, whatever. There's the instructions for the Ford C series. They're pretty straightforward. I haven't had any hard times with it or anything. And it's funny because I have actually 3 other trucks that I want to build. One of them I bought last year. It's a white Freightliner. One I bought last week, which is a Diamond Rio, and the one I got on eBay, it's a Dodge L700. So why am I doing the trucks? Because I love trucks, and a lot of them you cannot really find, you know, common die casts and whatnot for, and you know, the cars, I don't know, I guess because I built so many of them, like I said, this is just way more than this than you see here. Those are die casts. So, you know, and then I wanted to show, yeah, those barrels. These are barrels that you put together. They go in the back of the bed of the truck, the Ford. Yeah, those are going to paint this gold here. They're going to look really sharp. And as for the stakes themselves, I wanted to do something different. So I'm going to paint them this dark red I bought, which is right here. And the posts that you see here, they're going to be black, as with the bed and the frame. All that stuff is going to be black. So it's going to be pretty neat. And yeah, I wanted to mention one more thing. Now the thing is here is that, here's the trick, right? Here's the catch. I live in a 4.5 apartment right here in Montreal. And, you know, as swell as it is, I don't have a garage. And actually, I think that's one of the reasons also, not just because I was a pothead in the past that I didn't build this kit, but it's also because I lived in apartments. You know, where the fuck am I going to paint this stuff? It's spray paint. Hand painting, no problem to paint everything by hand. But that takes forever to do everything by hand, and you know? So spray painting is the way to go, but it leaves fumes. So last week when I painted this cab here, I mean, I closed the door after I was done here, but because even though I put a towel underneath the gap here of the floor and the door, it wasn't enough. The fume's still going out in the hallway, in my room, and it stunk like hell. So I'm not making this mistake again. So anyway, in a nutshell, what I've started doing is I've started to, like, should I say it, pad up the door. So right here at the top, I cut out all this cardboard and I glued it to the top here. It's going to need a little bit more. And then I'm going to try to do the same thing. This is going to be the challenging part because this is so close to the floor. I'm going to do this also for the bottom. And I'm going to even try to, like, pad up the sides here, even though there's not much of a gap. I'm going to use masking tape, like maybe 2-3 layers of it. That should do it. And I figured that should do the trick, you know, because, you know, I don't give a shit if there's paint fumes in here. I even brought my tower fan in here. There it is, you see? And what I'm going to do is when I paint eventually, I'm going to set that up over here. I'm going to put it on the fucking chair or something like that, a little stool I have, and open the windows, not fully because it's, like, you know, too cold. Jack up the heat, and then the fumes will go out. If I'm correct. If everything I do is, my calculations are correct, it should work. Because, you know, when you have an idea to do something in your head, you know, you don't want anything. You don't want to stop just because of technicalities. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I have a neighbor who lives above me and the fucking fumes are gonna go in their apartment. You know, but it is dangerous. It's toxic. You know, it's not PCBs. You know, but still, it's very important. You got to be safe. You know, you think I want to have fucking cancer in 5-10 years? I mean, come on. You know, it's a great hobby, and if you plan things right, they'll come out the way you are. And this truck, it's going to look, when I'm done with it, it's going to look a lot fucking cooler than what you see on the box here. Because as much as I love AMT models, and I always have, they make the vehicles I like. The way, whoever did this one, I thought was really, it looked like, frankly, a rush job, you know. The cab doesn't even look like it's painted. The wipers were not painted silver or have no chrome foil. I mean, why are they black, you know? They were never black. But anyway, you know, I love details. And I guess that's one of the reasons why I love big trucks. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Take it easy and rock on. Oh yeah, by the way, one more thing. If you're in Montreal, since I'm showing you some of my vintage ads and pictures, all this stuff I frame myself, you know, if you're ever interested in something one of a kind, like I said, I frame all this stuff myself, you know, whether it's these original magazine ads or pictures I got from calendars and whatnot. If you're interested in something for yourself or for a gift for somebody, they're very reasonably priced. You know, they're about 15-20 bucks each. get in contact with me. I'm in the Hochelaga area. I'm near Joliet Metro, and yeah, that's about that. So, like I said, take it easy, eh? Have a good one.